Hey everybody, this is Richard Seller here with a Seller video testimonial from one of our clients. Anthony Clancy has been with us for a while in one of his cases, sitting with Noah Storch. And I wanted to do it a little differently this time. I wanted to ask if you could tell everybody a little bit about Anthony's case and some of the obstacles we encountered, what type of case it was. And then Anthony, I'll ask you about your experience with our firm. Go ahead now.
Right, so Anthony came to us. He had an issue with wages. He wasn't paid for all the overtime that he worked. He worked in the restaurant industry for a well-known restaurant. Really put his heart and his soul into his job. Was taking on extra shifts and was working a lot of overtime. As a result of them, the restaurant not paying overtime, which seems to be the MO, Anthony came to us, and it was a difficult case. Along the way, we've had a lot of obstacles. You deal with the manner in which the other side produces documents and tries to keep documents, but Anthony actually is a very meticulous guy and kept records. So with those records, we were able to show that records from the other side were not accurate or tampered with, and that they also didn't produce the entirety of the records. So those were some of the obstacles that we encountered.
Anthony, let me ask you this. Talk a little bit about your experience with litigation, what it was like for you being the client, and things that you saw that either we did really well or things perhaps we didn't do well, and maybe we can learn from in the future in terms of your case.
Well, initially I felt really alone. I didn't think there was anyone there for me. I mean, I've known for years that Florida is kind of a state where it's, more on the side of the employer than the employee. You don't see too many unions down here. So I really didn't think I had a voice, but I knew what was happening to me wasn't fair, and I wasn't really sure I could, get justice. I heard about your firm from other people in the business and so forth, but I still really wasn't sure, and I was a little bit apprehensive and a little bit scared, to be honest with you. Well, right from the beginning, Noah made a personal commitment to me that I would get justice, and he more than followed through on that.
Anthony, let me ask you, is Noah holding you against your will or with a gun to your ribs and you saying that?
No, not at all.
Hands are here.
Not at all. Not at all.
Do you feel like you got justice from the experience? Did you feel at the end of it that, it was worth you pursuing regardless of, whether it was a high amount and don't discuss the details because there's agreements, but did you feel that you got justice by pursuing this?
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's exactly why I initially pursued this.
Okay.
And the whole time, and looking back in retrospect, the whole time, I'm not saying that he's clairvoyant or anything, but it seemed Noah knew exactly what I was looking for, and with just different little idiosyncrasies and different little details about how things are handled throughout and then the end result. Rarely do I express my satisfaction as far as overall customer service. I mean, the entire picture, from the people in the office, the girls up front, assistants, when it came time to, I was scared when it came to the deposition, and the things that we had to review beforehand. And then in the deposition, I felt extremely intimidated by the other side. And Noah was cool as a cucumber. I mean, he really, I really, really felt much better at the end of the deposition because of, Noah's expertise. I mean, he handled it. He was like John McEnroe hitting the shots. Every kind of shot that this guy was trying, he was right there. And at the, the other attorneys seemed intimidating at first, but not at the end of the deposition, that's for sure. It was quite evident that we were coming out on top.
Let me ask you this, Anthony. If you could give a potential client some advice and, your experience with us and what to look for when you're looking for lawyers, can you share a little bit of your insight now having gone through the experience?
what to look for?
Sure. Like, was there anything that you saw that separated our firm from perhaps, some of the other lawyers or any of the other firms that you consulted with before hiring us?
There seemed to be more of a one-on-one relationship with everybody in the firm, not just Noah, with me. Every time I called, it was, I wasn't being a pain in the neck, even though maybe I was, they never let me feel that way. I mean, every single phone call, every single piece of paper I brought or whatever was always important to me. And to be honest with you, the approach of this law firm is a little bit casual, but it's cool casual.
I appreciate that, and I don't think that I would disagree. Anthony, I appreciate your time. Noah, thanks for chiming in here. Client for life, as we always say to our clients, and appreciate it.
Thank you.